The mission of a local nonprofit is to provide a hands-on, fun-filled adventure in learning for children and families through cultural exhibits, educational programs, and events in the arts and sciences. An update on their new home is coming up on Polk Place. Hello, I'm your host, Tricia Pichette, and with me today are Carrie Falwell, the CEO of Exploration 5's Children Museum.
Hello.
And Callie Miller, who is the Build the Future Committee Chair.
Yes.
Now, by future, do we mean the future of the museum itself?
We do.
Okay, we've got some beautiful images here.
Yeah.
Let's start from the very beginning. Where is the new facility going to be?
The new facility is going to be the anchor institution at Bonnet Springs Park, which is at the cross section of George Jenkins Boulevard in Kathleen. And it's a 180-acre park, which will not only revitalize that area, but provide major ecological change to a large portion of downtown Lakeland. So we're happy to be part of that change.
So now inside the park, you're already going to have children and families there. So that's a natural fit for the museum.
Yeah, we both thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you will, take us through where you're going. This is exciting.
Yeah, so the first image we're looking at is the front of the building. So something that we really wanted to do was purposefully design a building that can change with a community. So the Lakeland that is today is not the Lakeland that it was when our museum opened, and we've had this wonderful 30-year history in a historic building, and there's a beautiful romance to that, and we wanted to redefine it to an extent. So the whole top of the building is, that bird is a placeholder, but it's meant to be mural space. Okay. So we will do a call for artists, and we will invite regional artists to represent Central Florida through mural work. And it's a space that can change over time. It can change as frequently as we or the community wants it to. And we can literally use our building as the first art education experience for families completely free of charge. So that's an important story to tell from the beginning. And why we chose the design that we did. We wanted it in itself to be a free way for families to enjoy art and aesthetic.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So the next one?
Next one. This is kind of the back of the building. You can see the white stucco work goes over, and it also is a nod to the entrance to Family Fundamentals. So United Way of Central Florida is bringing their storefront program, and Callie works extensively advocating for children and families throughout the Polk County Central Florida region. So Callie, what do you think it means to you as a community member to have a free social service to strengthen families in the museum?
Oh, it's vital. I think every good community needs to have a strong support system for all families in our community. And so one of my favorite aspects about the museum is it's an equalizer. It's an invitation for the whole community to come and enjoy a space regardless of their socioeconomic status, but also to have the supports in place where families feel loved and valued as they come in and enjoy something as beautiful as our new museum.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So next you can see the back of the museum with a nod to the Great Lawn. So if you've ever wanted to throw a Frisbee after a day of play, or have a picnic, or if we wanted to bring in, a great children's artist and take over the Great Lawn and throw a big concert for families to enjoy, this is the opportunity that we have here.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So if you can imagine leaving the doors of the Children's Museum and walking out to the car show or an art festival, or, the possibilities are endless.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, yeah. So across the breezeway is a cafe. The park side is currently choosing who the caterer will be, but I was quite stern on what I wanted the caterer. What my 2 cents was, I said we needed to have kid-friendly food, right? We needed to have a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some macaroni and cheese, a fine salad selection, and wine by the glass. So if you can imagine that kind of fast casual happening across the breezeway.
Mm-hmm.
That's appealing to our hardworking moms.
Yeah.
And also to their kiddos.
Absolutely. So this is the front yard. So the largest gallery in the new museum is 7,800 square feet, and it's enclosed outdoor play space. When we think about what we want for children and how we want to represent Central Florida, it was important to tell the story of Florida under our feet and the beautiful nature and ecological side of what we have to offer. We also had an opportunity to tell the story of Blinky. So,
Okay.
So Blinky was an alligator who actually lived in downtown in Munn Park in the 70s, and he had one eye, and he had a very interesting story, and it was very whimsical and creative. And so we brought Blinky back to life in a 100-foot long, 23-foot tall, climbable public art sculpture.
Oh my gosh! So you can climb all over his back if you want to. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So sculpture and play all in one.
Sculpture and play all in one, right? And lots of other things happening in that space too. So we'll work with a professional children's museum exhibit firm to help us determine, where can we grow food? Where can we have an outdoor cooking kitchen? Do we need to have a water feature? Are there things that you like to do with your 3 children outside, and how can we take that and elevate it in a space that makes sense for hands-on education?
How about that?
Yeah.
And the fact that it's enclosed is nice. So with my 3 children, who are all various ages, they can play and enjoy the outdoors, but each at their own level, which is really nice. And then one nice thing about Blinky too is you'll be able to see him from the road. So as you come across the bridge and you see, you'll not only see the museum, but you'll get to see Blinky. And it's quite the statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because the architecture has so much character, and now you're adding to that character with things that are aesthetic, but also things that are hands-on play. It's terrific.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. What do we got next?
What do we have next? We have the interior shot. So this is probably my favorite rendering that we brought because it has the school bus in the front. So one of our biggest challenges now is working with elementary schools. If you don't know, 50% of kindergartners are not ready in Polk County, meaning they some common readiness skills entering kindergarten might be to count from 0 to 20, to be able to tell the difference between a letter and a number. And so we have 5 and 6-year-olds who can't do that. And a great way, we know through science, the best way for them to learn is through play and through hands-on exploration, and we can offer that, and the school district wants us to offer that, but in our current location, we can only get 1 school bus.
Oh.
And they still have to walk through parked cars on Kentucky Avenue to get through our doors. So this new facility is going to allow us to bring up to 10 school buses to the Children's Museum at a single time, and there's a safe covered sidewalk for them to walk through. They have their own check-in area here in this lobby with wraparound window seating. So we can really start to work with the school district and do some intentional intervention.
Very good.
This is from the doors of the front yard looking into the front. So closest to you is the lobby, and you can see the rooftop cafe words, right, where you can see that the pink wall is the staircase going up to the 2nd floor. This green opening is the entrance to Watermelon Seeds, which is our 6 and under space. Right here is the doors to our black box theater. And over on the round wall closest to you is the entrance to Design Park, which is a gallery all about design thinking. But Callie used a phrase earlier, which was that the museum is for all children. Mm-hmm. And so that circle cut out under the stairs is one of several calm down spaces. So one of the people we worked with to design the interior of the building is Dr. Wesley Dotson, who's the director of the Center for Autism Education and Research at Texas Tech University. And he's the autism education consultant for the Fred Rogers Company. And something that he encouraged us to do was to integrate calm down spaces, not in a particular room. Some museums have a sensory room where you have to leave the play to go regulate yourself, but to incorporate them into the experience. So then the child doesn't feel ostracized. Sure. And they have a more availability and a quicker response time to go and self-regulate. I think that's wonderful. As a grown-up, the fact that I could sit under the stairs just sounds like a lot of fun.
And still be able to see your children at play.
Yeah. There is that, yeah.
What you're hearing from Carrie is a lot of the science that goes into planning something that when a family comes in will just be a lot of fun. It's very intentional space planning, and I also mean that by the fact that one feature of our museum is that when you come in through the lobby, you have the choice of spaces to go and interact in versus just one direction. So some museums you come in and you're shuttled to one space, or you have to go up an elevator, that kind of thing, which is fine for those museums, but ours, wanting it to be a world-class, inviting museum, we designed it so that you can come and you can see a number of different exhibits, so a child has the ability to choose which direction to go. There's just one entrance, so parents can feel safe that their children aren't going to be exiting through a side door or a separate entrance, but you can kind of stand there and see across as a parent to be sure that if you have multiple children, again, they're engaging in appropriate educational opportunities or hands-on play experiences, and you have the comfort that your children are within eyesight. And so that's really nice. We want the museum to be for all children, and I think a lot of the design is going to support that.
And then we will put the museum to sleep. So that's a nighttime view. So there are several other renderings. A lot of them are on our website, explorationsv.com. V is as in the Roman numeral 5. That's not an option on the keyboard. So explorationsv.com, and you can see a few other interior shots, especially on the second floor. And we'll continue releasing shots as they come out. We have an exhibit committee that's working with our professional children's museum exhibit design firm. They start getting work done in 2 weeks. So that's very exciting, and then we'll start to slowly release some actual exhibit renderings as well.
But are you going to be doing the same sort of thing you do now, whereas the exhibits will keep changing? So the experience will change as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yep. And there are some aspects of what we do now that will continue. We will absolutely have dress-up play, and we'll think of how we can evolve that. And we'll absolutely, I mean, the hands-on and sensory learning is the ethos of what we do. So that will happen, but how is it being done really well around the world, and how can we improve upon that process? And what is the research saying to help us make those informed decisions?
Carrie, Callie, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The new Exploration 5 Children's Museum will be at Bonnet Springs Park, a breathtaking 180-acre park at the corner of Kathleen and George Jenkins Boulevard in downtown Lakeland. Picture a place close to downtown Lakeland, yet a place where Mother Nature's healing powers are revealed through magnificent giant oak trees and clear gurgling streams that rise out of the earth and flow to Lake Bonnet below. This very special regional park will provide social and economic benefits, help provide that blended urban natural park, and make the quality of life for future generations of Lakeland better. For more information on their new home, give them a call at 863-687-3869 or look them up on the web at www.explorationsv.com.